highlight reel and for out number 2 here in the 7th inning. And it saves a world of trouble here in a 2-run game. And the bullpen, helped by that, they were great. Click with a scoreless inning there. Gomez would strike out the side, and then Brad Allen finishing it in the 9th. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a fly ball hit deep to left center. Verona is back, and he's got it! Game over. It's a 1-2-3 save for Brad Allen, his 17th of the year. And the Revs win another series, their 5th in a row, and they win the rubber match here at Somerset 5-2. Well, and Matt, last night, Jay Goss, another win, his 5th in a row, 8-1. He's already within 1 of the league lead in wins. And when you consider his story, I mean, this is how movie scripts are written. He had to step away from the game. He goes to a tryout, gets a chance, bursts onto the scene, and who knows what's next for him, but he has taken the league by storm, and another big win for him last night.
No doubt about it. It's unbelievable to come halfway through the season with no expectations and all of a sudden be a win away from the league lead. You just have to love what he does. Every time out, he doesn't really have a bad outing. You might say, okay, well, he didn't have his best control this inning. Or, you know, he had a bit of an off night when he allowed 3 runs in 5 1/3 or whatever, you know. But he's going to provide you consistency, and he gives his team a chance to win every time out there. 3 runs or fewer allowed in all 9 of his starts this year, and it's such a confidence that I think is really, you know, it's not just him, but it's made its way throughout the rotation. And to touch on a couple other guys that we heard in the highlights there, Jared Mitchell and what he has done this year really started off slowly. There were some questions about, you know, the outfield as a whole early in the year. None of those guys were really performing all that well in the early going, and he's really turned it on the last couple months. And he's turned from a guy who was a 7-hole hitter against righties and maybe in and out of the lineup against lefties to a guy who's in the middle of the order every day. And now tonight against a righty with Casilla out of the lineup, he can slot all the way up to the 2-hole, and there's really not a whole lot of drop-off there. Mitchell with 19 extra base hits in his last 25 games. And the other guy I want to touch on, Daryl, is Telvin Nash and what he has provided to this lineup, driving in so many runs in his time here in York. I think it's 13 and 12 games played, and you put an extra bat in the lineup, and the trickle-down effect is really incredible. You can look at Telvin Nash individually and say, okay, he's better than the guy he replaced, but it's not just that. It's that the guys ahead of him are getting better pitches to hit, and it slides everyone down a spot in the lineup, so it really helps you top to bottom.
Oh, no doubt. And the Revs on this stretch are within a game of first place now, entering play here tonight. 20-13 in the second half. And this evening it'll be Victor Mateo for York, 5-6 with a 3.82 ERA. Coming off a gem at New Britain, Bees will counter with right-hander Mike Lee. He's 2-6 with an ERA of 4.42. Coming up on our pregame tonight, Matt will chat with one of the newer relievers on the roster, right-hander Jake Ezel, is our guest coming up. And then we'll get Mace's thoughts on the road trip, Alonso's catch, and this matchup here tonight as well. First pitch set for 6:30 as the Revs return home, hosting the Bees here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry. Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League.
Or go to WOYK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
The Revolution plays here.
Play ball!
The new Sports Radio 1350.
Matt President here with Jake Ezel before Game 1 with New Britain, and Jake coming over a few weeks ago now. How did you first find out about this league and get the call? Tell us about this story.
Well, I was when I went back to my old league, I talked to the guy that ran that league, and he was telling me he was trying to get me out of the league to come to the Atlantic League. I'd heard about it before. I know quite a few guys that are in this league playing just from my days in Australia and stuff. So
you played in Australia. That must have been fun. What was that like?
It was a great time. It was a little bit more laid back there, but they play the game the same way, play it hard, and they get after it too. So
coming over from the USPBL, a developmental league, like you said, a lot of guys in this league have come from there on this team as well. What was it that you were working on there?
Just consistency, getting my mechanics right, hitting pounding the strike zone as much as I could.
And coming over, you've gotten several appearances under your belt now. What do you think is the biggest adjustment coming from the leagues you played in the past now to the Atlantic League?
It's about the same, man. Just pound the strike zone. If I'm throwing where I want to, then I'll be fine. Otherwise, don't make mistakes. They do punish your mistakes a little bit more here. But other than that, it's about the same as playing baseball.
You've also gotten to go on a couple road trips now with the team. And what's that been like? Who are the guys you've kind of gotten to know a little bit more?
It's it's been great, man. I've hung out with a few of the guys, mainly pitchers, obviously. But there's a couple guys from Georgia, a couple guys I played with previously that I hang around with.
What is that kind of fraternity like down there in the bullpen? What do you guys talk about during the games?
I just talk about anything and everything. I mean, just got to keep yourself entertained a little bit. Can get boring down there sometimes, but try to stay in the game and just have fun.
What are your goals here going towards the end of the year?
Well, just keep working, keep getting my innings in, and prove that I can pitch here and stay here.
Appreciate your time. Best of luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, that was Jake Ezel before the game tonight. And Matt, he is a guy with his stuff. If he does harness consistent command, he can be successful with that fastball slider combo.
He can, and I think for him it's just getting a few more reps going. You know, maybe not the ideal start for him. He's been a little inconsistent here. He had a scoreless frame his first time out, then a couple runs in another outing. But I think for him it's just getting reps and getting confidence, and like he said, proving to himself that he deserves to be at this level and stay here.
Well, we appreciate his time tonight, and the Revs getting set to host the Bees here. We'll check in with Mace. The Broadway Transmission Manager's Report is coming up next.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, a great road trip, and big picture looking at that, to come home 5-2, you win both series, and really good postcard from the last week, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, no, that was a good postcard, and we were able to pick up a game while we were on the road, which doesn't happen very often. So, now we're at home here for 4 days. We got to make some noise here and get ready to go away again.
Everybody talking about that Alonzo Harris play last night, and from your view, where is that as far as best plays you'll see or best plays this season?
That was pretty incredible. I think the thing that amazed me the most was I thought he was going all out, and then it looked like he had like a panic gear when it was like he didn't know if he was going to get to the ball or not. It actually looked like he got faster, which was amazing. And then when he laid out from our view in the dugout, it's really hard to see that far out where the ball was. But when I saw Mitchell's reaction, like, oh my God, he caught it, I mean, it was pretty amazing. But the second gear, like I said, the panic gear, whatever it was that he kicked in to get that ball, and that probably was, I mean, that could have saved the game for us, because I think the guy on first would have scored there, and that's probably a triple where that ball was hit. So it would have been a 4-3 game and runners at third with less than 2 outs. So you never know where it goes from there. So that was a big time play by him.
Well, Jay was shoving again the first 5 innings, and having not been in the rotation that long comparatively, and now within a 1 win of the league lead in wins. But what do you think of him? And then was it just a little hiccup that can pop up to anybody with the control?
Well, when the control hit, the pitch count was high, but it wasn't crazy high. I just think he got too enamored with the guy at first base. I think when Trapp was on first there, he paid so much attention to him when the score was 4-0. I think that he kind of rushed, and it really messed with his mechanics a little bit. So I kind of credit, the kind of the 6th inning thing to, to that actually. So, but I thought overall he did a really great job.
And after him, the bullpen great again. And beginning with Hutchinson, when you had that power delay, right when he was getting ready to come in, how big of a concern was that? And how does a reliever like that stay ready and keep that edge about him?
Well, I mean, you never want to have a guy get hot and come into a game and then have to sit for 20 minutes or whatever it was. But, I mean, the umpires will give him whatever he needs. But, I mean, it's kind of a momentum buster for him, and you never know what to expect there, because that's not usually how he comes into a game. He gets hot and then he comes right in and he pitches. So to have to sit, and he's a guy that we don't run back out there for 2nd innings, even if he does finish an inning off. So you never know what you're gonna get there. But he handled it like a pro and did exactly what we needed.
Well, tonight you've got Mateo making this start, and the last one, when you look at, gems to watch from a pitching standpoint, with a lot of early pitch outs, very efficient. What impressed you the most about that outing at New Britain?
Well, we talked about that, I think, up there. I thought his velocity was really good. I think that was the biggest difference for me. He kept the ball down better than he had in the previous outings here. He had good command of the off speed. And when pitchers are able to get the velo cranked up and keep the ball down and have at least one secondary pitch, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough to hit. So, and the velo doesn't have to be 95 miles an hour. It can be 88 down to 72 with the off speed. It's just the range of speeds is what makes the difference with the location. So he did a really good job up there. They were real aggressive early with him too, and he used that to his advantage. So we'll see who makes the adjustments tonight. They're going to see him again, so we'll see what happens.
And facing Lee, he's a bigger righty, and watching him, it looks like when he's on, he might have a little deceptive thing going on there.
I agree, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the one that Harris hit the grand slam off of? Is that right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So and that was a huge swing for us in that game too. That was really big. But Lee threw the ball. I thought he threw the ball pretty well up there, and he. Tall guy with a lot of downward plane. I think his command was a little bit erratic that day, if I remember. So, maybe we can be patient again. And sometimes pitchers will tell you in the first inning, in the first or second inning, what they got going on. If the command is there, you can watch a guy throw his warm-up pitches and know he's going to be pretty tough today. So we'll see we'll feel him out the first time, and then we'll go from there.
Amazing. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Revs getting set to take the field here shortly, and apparently right now as they are introduced, and we'll head out for Game 1 of 4 against New Britain here this weekend at home, looking to continue what they did on the road here this past week. Victor Mateo against Mike Lee. And we'll have the starting lineups and first pitch from Peoples Bank Park in the series opener coming up next.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Revs fans, get points or great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
This is Brad Allen. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Duet performed by Matt and Carol, our national anthem here tonight, down there behind home plate, and Matt on the acoustic guitar as well. Revs have taken the field for tonight's game. One game back in the Freedom Division's second half standings. Our lineups tonight brought to you by Flying Feet. For New Britain, it'll be James Skelton leading off and catching. Mike Krause in center field hits second. Jovan Rosa, the first baseman, will bat third. Jamar Walton in right is the cleanup man. John Griffin at third base hitting fifth. Craig Maddox will DH and bat sixth. Connor Bierfeld in left hitting seventh. Jake McGuigan, the second baseman, batting eighth, reacquired for himself. Michael Baca at shortstop hits ninth. Again, Skelton, Krause, Rosa, Walton, Griffin, Maddox, Bierfeld, McGuigan, and Baca for the Bees facing Victor Mateo. For the Revs tonight, they'll have Alonzo Harris leading off at second. Jared Mitchell in right field bats second. Isaias Tejeda will catch and hit third. Michael Burgess DHing tonight in the cleanup position. Talvin Nash at first base will bat fifth. Tyrone Verona in left field hitting sixth. Carlos Trienfeld will play third base and hit seventh. Ryan Dent at short batting eighth. And Travis Witherspoon in center is batting ninth. Again, Harris, Mitchell, Tejeda, Burgess, Nash, Verona, Trienfeld, Dent, and Witherspoon for the Revs. He'll face Mike Lee. Meanwhile, Mateo set to go. He comes in 5-6, ninth in the league in ERA at 3.82 in 18 starts. And it was a gem at New Britain on Saturday night. 101 and a third innings, 113 hits, only 26 walks, 48 strikeouts, opponents hitting .285. Big crowd on hand tonight. We've got the youth t-shirt giveaway and also the National Night Out ticket redemption as we honor that tonight. Now, a good atmosphere here as the Revs return home to open a long weekend. Now looking to make the most of it before they head right back on the road. Skelton in there, our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight. It is just outside. Underway at 6:33. It's an overcast night. Temperature at 86 degrees. 1-0. And a bouncer foul, first base side. Skelton, who's hitting at .260 with 10 home runs, 25 driven in, leads the league in walks and on base. A 10 walk lead on everybody else. On base percentage .402. Pitch. And a swing and a pop up. Left side of the infield. Dent eyeing it up. And he motions Verona, just stay back there. And inching out into shallow left. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down for Mateo to start his night. And Matt, that's similar to what he did at New Britain. A lot of pop-outs and a ton of quick-outs Saturday night.
Yeah, and it's very effective against the Bees. They're an aggressive team at the plate, and Mateo's the guy who's going to throw strikes, but he has a lot of movement. He's going to locate his pitches well. So not a lot of balls that are going to get squared up against him, but balls in play that result in quick outs.
Here is Mike Krause. First pitch is grounded to shortstop. Dent again as he shuffles to his left, and he'll snap it across to first. He's not a busy bee, but he's a busy Rev here early tonight. A pop-up and a ground out. The Revs are in their alternate black jerseys again tonight. They have worn those a lot here lately. Sharp look, I like it. New Britain in their alternate gold Hardware City jerseys. The Revs 5-2 against New Britain in the second half after going just 2-8 in the first. Bees in the second half overall 11-20. Here's Jovan Rosa, who lays off down and away. Rosa, one of the hottest hitters in the league of late, 7-game hitting streak, multiple hits in 6 of those. Pitch is hooked on the ground at short and right to Dent again. And he will pump, step into the throw, and fire to first. It's a 6-pitch first inning for Victor Mateo. Very much like what he did Saturday night at New Britain Stadium. And Ryan Dent handles all 3 outs. At the end of a half inning, it's the Bees nothing and the Revs coming up.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we urge residents to properly dispose of household medications. That's why we put secure medication drop boxes in 16 police departments. Drop old meds off for free. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
1-2-3 first for Victor Mateo. The Revs come to bat against Mike Lee, and Alonzo Harris will lead things off. He indeed did hit a grand slam off Lee last week's series at New Britain, helping the Revs to a win against him. Lee 2-6 with a 4.42 ERA overall.
And pitchers don't forget those things, Daryl. Don't be surprised if Harris gets a first pitch breaking ball here right out of the gate.
Lee did settle down after a shaky start last week. See how it plays out tonight. First pitch to Harris is just inside. Harris third in the league in hitting at .326, 15 homers, 49 driven in. Here's the 1-0. And that's down and outside. He's got the fluorescent green batting gloves tonight. Some kind of fluorescent green and black patterned right arm sleeve. Looking sharp. The 2-0. And that's over for a strike. Lee with mid-80s, a lot of sink on the fastball, a lot of two-seam stuff. He is tall. He's listed at 6'7". 2-1. And a swing and a miss. That time a cutter or perhaps a slider. Harris, who's got a 34-game home on-base streak, on base in all 34 he's played at home. Pitch. And in the dirt, blocked by Skelton, who catches almost every game for New Britain. Rarely do they call upon the backup, Ivan Villa-Escusa. Harris, who leads the league in runs scored by 4, and he's now, bar none, the league leader in slugging. Here's the 3-2, and a swing and a miss, a slider. So that shows you what Lee thinks of Harris, especially after that matchup last week. A 3-2 slider, running the risk of walking him to lead off with his speed, but he strikes him out. And when I say Harris now, bar none, leads the league in slugging, Casey Hobson had still been in the top spot, and Harris had been the active leader, but Hobson no longer enough plate appearances to qualify. Here's Jared Mitchell, and he swings and misses on a two-seamer away. Mitchell 9th in the league in hitting at .295. Last night hit his 10th home run. His most since a career-high 19 3 years ago. There's the 0-1, and he fouls it off, third base side. His last 25 games now, hitting .379 with 7 home runs, his 7th in the last 25, plus 11 doubles on that stretch. He has hit 19 extra base hits in the last 25. No score here in the first inning, as Lee nods yes, kicks, delivers, and a swing and a pop-up foul again, and down the left field side. Lee's jersey comes loose as it sags over his right hip. He stands straight at third base, and a sideways step back into his windup. Not a lot of extra motion with that. He's got the high Sox look here tonight. Another 0-2. And it misses high and away. Our plate ump tonight is Ron Whiting. Chris Richards at first, Joe Del Balso at third. Now Lee kicks the 1-2, and it misses in the dirt. Last week, it was last Friday night, the Revs beat him 7-4. He gave up 6 in 4 innings. 5 in the second, including Harris's slam, but after the grand slam, he retired 7 straight and 9 of his final 10, even though he did give up 1 more run. Two again, and a foul tip straight to the backstop. Lee, who came into the league last season with Lancaster, and he had been dealing with an ailment. The start last week was his first in about 3 weeks, so he had walked 4 in the game, hit a batter, and really probably shouldn't be a surprise that he wasn't all that sharp, given that it had been 3 weeks. He did get better after the early barrage. Pitch is inside, and Mitchell works it full, so each of the first 2 batters worked deep counts against him. Harris was full before striking out. Mitchell, a 3-2 count here.
And you talk about what Mitchell has done of late, but the extra base hits came for him earlier in the year. It's these deeper at bats, putting the ball in play more, that's really helped him.
Pitch, he swings and misses. Foul tip held on to. So Lee stays with his bread and butter there, that downward tilting two-seam fastball, strikes out his first 2 of the night. Overall, he comes in with 50 strikeouts in 71 1/3 innings, 34 walks. Just over a hit per inning, opponents hitting .268. And before he was sidelined with the injury situation, he had gone 5 straight starts, allowing 2 runs or fewer. Really a shame for him that he had to be shut down for a couple of weeks. Here's Tejeda, and he swings, grounds one, base hit to left. Griffin at third, laid out. Tejeda hits it past him. And the first fair contact made by the Revs tonight is a 2-out single. Tejeda's 118th hit of the year, and within 1 of Rosa, who he stands next to at first base for the league lead. Tejeda coming in tonight 4th in batting at .313. Here's Michael Burgess DHing tonight. Batting at .274, 12 homers, 49 knocked in. And Lee sets at the belt. First pitch is outside. Six runs allowed on Friday for Lee, his most of the year. He's just trying to get his feet wet and get back out there. Now holds the 1-0 and a backdoor hook. It's a called strike. Slider. He started the year 0-4, but did have a couple of pretty good outings in there. Last season, began the year with Lancaster, finished with New Britain, and finished strong. There's the 1-1, and a swing and a foul the other way and left and out of play.
And Terrell, it seems like series after series, we talk about all these teams who play a shift against Michael Burgess. Well, the Bees, they go straight up in the infield, and the outfield actually playing Burgess the opposite way. I don't think we've seen that at all this year.
It's amazing how differently teams will defend a guy, and especially him. I'm probably a bigger fan of their approach than some other ones. There's the 1-2, and a fastball just inside. And we've seen him hit some missiles the other way for some of his biggest hits this season. But some teams insist on overshifting him. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Mike Lee strikes out the side. He went off speed, and Burgess trying to sit back but could not connect. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the second, no score.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Planting a tree, putting in a mailbox, whatever your project, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
This is Houghton Buchanan. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Rebs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No score as we head to the second inning. That first inning, a continuation for Vic from last Saturday night, which is a good thing. The Rebs winning that game at New Britain 6-3, but he had a 4-1 lead through 7 innings, couple of runs late. The final few hitters he faced all had hits, final 3. Here's Jamar Walton, who takes outside. But in that game, he had a 6-pitch 4th, a 5-pitch 7th. He was at 73 pitches through 7. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a pop-up, foul ground, might have a chance. Tejeda back, and he does, over by the third base dugout. And Mateo's got his first 4 outs of the night on 8 pitches. Here in the rematch, 1 away. Trienfel and Tejeda both hustling toward that third base on deck circle, and that's right where Tejeda caught it. So far, no adjustment needed from Mateo tonight. Here's John Griffin with 1 down.
And it's amazing. We've seen the starting rotation as a whole do so well in the second half, but Mateo only the second pitcher this year.
There's a fastball for a strike.
To go more than 7 innings. Frank Galey went 8, and Mateo last outing going 7 2/3.
That was his season best, of course. Pitch is lined to shallow center. Witherspoon was deep. Coming in, it'll land in front of him. Now Griffin hits it off the end of the bat, serves it in shallow center for a single. And he certainly can hit it a long way when he gets a hold of it. They were playing him deep. We won't see it now, Matt, with a runner on base, but one thing Mateo's done is he almost bounces his hands from the belt area to begin, not a windup, but kind of a modified in-between windup and stretch to get himself started. A little more rhythm. Here's Craig Maddox DHing. First pitch is a little high.
And we talked about that with Mace a week or 2 ago, Darryl, how he likes to see guys go out of the windup more than the stretch because hitters can't anticipate that stop point out of the stretch. So I think Mateo is kind of counteracting that with the bounce.
There's a grounder foul, first base side, right down by our cameraman, Nate Jensen.
Because even if his feet are in a stretch position, if he's bouncing the hands, it's harder for a hitter to time up a stop point when he's ready to go.
No doubt, he'll have to come set with a man on here, but he deals to Maddox, and it's popped up foul and out of play, left side. Tejeda with his glove pounding that dirt, telling Mateo, keep that ball down. Maddox has certainly made the Revs pay at times this season. One of New Britain's most potent hitters against York, up near 400 throughout the year. Overall, 239 with 6 homers. Pitch is fouled off again, left field side. And we're seeing late swings on his fastball. It's showing up at 86 on the board, but coupled with the off-speed stuff, can get on you a little bit harder than that.
Exactly. It's not how fast you throw. It's the difference between your fastball and your off-speed.
Play Maddox the other way. Pitch is down low. 2-2.
If you throw 95, but your slider's 92, you're not going to fool a lot of guys, whereas if your fastball is 84, 85, but your off-speed is in the low 70s, that differential a lot harder to pick up.
Mateo ready, delivers, and a bouncer to first, right to Nash. He'll throw to second, Dent back to first, and got him! 3-6-3 double play. And Nash throws it to Dent to throw it around the horn. He thinks that's 2 outs. That would be 3. It's a 3-6-3 double play. Now he's clued in, as everybody tells him, now you're coming up to bat, big fella. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's a 0-0 game.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football previews. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
This is Jake Ezel. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sport Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Talvin Nash, he was so locked in, so focused on that 3-6-3 double play. They had to tell him, you're coming up, and he will lead things off. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Nash, Verona, and Trienfeld against Mike Lee. His first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Nash in 12 games has driven in 13. 2 last night, an RBI double, and then a sac fly for insurance. The 0-1, and a fastball down and in. He's hitting .311 with 4 homers in his 12 games. Gives him 32 in his Revs career. 34 will get him into the top 10. 1-1, and that's over for a strike. Some cut from Lee, who started it at Nash. Lee struck out the side in the first inning. It's the 1-2, and it misses down and away. Mike Lee, 6'7", 235. 30-year-old righty. He's from Vegas. Actually went to high school in Washington State. The 2-2, and a grounder foul down past Polo at third. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Richard Rohrer, our contestant. Good luck, Richard. Revs go yard, you win. The Yankees had tried to draft Lee twice, but he stayed in school. He deals. Ooh, inside. Nash had to really back up. 3-2. And then the Red Sox drafted him in the 8th round in 08. Out of Oklahoma City University. A smaller school. Time asked for. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, what inning? Is that first inning?
Bottom 1.
Somerset hung 4 in the first inning at Lancaster. 4-0. Pitch to Nash. Swinging a towering fly ball. Left field. Bierfeld is back onto the front of the track. Backing up still, and he's got it. And Nash just got underneath. Oh, man, did he hit that thing high. And it was caught in the middle of the warning track in front of the arch nemesis in left. He missed by a centimeter on that baseball. And sometimes he is so strong that it'll look like he hit it too high, and it'll just keep going and going. It just missed. Here's Verona as Lee misses inside. Verona hitting at .263 with a home run, 21 driven in. No score here in the second inning in our game. The 1-0, it's down and away. Revs again just a game back, entering play tonight. Coming into this one, 37 games remaining. Here's the 2-0, and a tapper foul back behind the plate. Lee had made it to AAA with Atlanta, Arizona, and then AA with Toronto after those stints. And then came to the Atlantic League last season. Here's the 2-1, and it just missed inside a fastball. With Lancaster last year, he was 4-5 with an ERA over 5. Finished the year with New Britain, and in 8 starts went 5-0 with a .245. He deals, and a swing and a miss. A slider there, 3-2. He's been on a full count on almost every hitter. He's at 32 pitches, and he has 4 outs.
And he's gone to that slider a lot, behind in the count.
3-2. And he went to it again and missed away. So Verona walks. Revs have their second base runner. They were really playing him hard the other way in the outfield there.
And interesting, the Bees continue to do that. It's not just a couple guys. It seems pretty universal behind a pitcher who is not overpowering.
Oh, 1-out base runner for Carlos Triunfel. He's hitting .268, 6 homers, 26 knocked in. Lee would finish his 2016 campaign in Australia last year. 9 starts, 2-6, the ERA close to 6. First pitch is grounded foul past third. No balls and a strike. In the minors, his career ERA 4.30, right around 500 lifetime. Certainly the potential to be a pretty good starter, and was on quite the run, like we said, earlier this season before having to be shut down. Comes set, and a throw to first. Verona lunging back upright, just got in.
A really quick move there from Lee, a guy who's 6'7". Usually bigger guys aren't as quick to first, but given that lower arm slot, he's able to swing it over there pretty good.
Now set with it. And he'll turn and fire another one over. Verona diving in this time. We mentioned the 5-start stretch before he had been shut down. 2 runs or fewer in all 5. The ERA on that stretch for him, 1.95. That was from June 18th through July 16th, about a whole month. He deals and missed a little low, so he's trying to get back to that form. Ball and a strike to Triunfel. No score here in the second inning. One thing with Lee, his pace is rather drawn out here early in this game. Would be one way to put it. Long look in, he's ready. Hands belt high. Pitch, and a swing and a miss. Took some off. He's 6'7". He brings it mostly overhand, but he's got a little lean forward over his front side as he breaks those hands, and a little hitch when he breaks the throwing hand down out of the glove. A little bit different rhythm, some deception to him, but not a ton of extra movement for a big guy. There's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Down and away. And of his first 5 outs, 4 on strikeouts, that time a curveball. 2 down in the inning.
And what strikes me about his delivery, Darryl, is he works all the way from the third base side of the rubber, and while he doesn't drop down sidearm, he kind of leans out there, and his arm is far away from his body when he lets it go. So he's really throwing from behind the back of a lot of these right-handed hitters.
Yeah, he could be tough to pick up, I would think. Here's Ryan Dent. He's been on a tear. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. What have we? Oh my goodness. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, it's 6-0 Somerset in the second inning in Lancaster. There's the 0-1. Oh, a check swing, and it's fouled into the front row. And I think everybody okay. Dent, an excuse me swing, went whistling right past Witherspoon on deck. And right next to some of our friends in the front row down there, but everybody's good. Oh and 2, runner at first with 2 outs, scoreless here. Pitch, it's high and away. Ball and 2 strikes on Dent, who during the course of the road trip had a 5-game hitting streak. He hit over 500 on it. It's up to 251, 4 homers. Runner goes, pitch is down and away. Skelton the throw, and a tag out on the slide of Verona. McGuigan, the second baseman, over to receive it and brushed the tag on Verona's leg just before he could get his cleats in there. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and it remains scoreless as we head to the third.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
From Brothers, almost famous, always a favorite. From Brothers, almost famous sandwiches served on Italian bread. Your choice of meat piled high with cheese, fresh cut fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Every day is happy hour with half price on draft, bottles, and liquors. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Primanti Pizza Feast wings and salad for under $20. We'll keep the wings flying with 59-cent wings all day Sunday and boneless wings all day Monday. Primanti Brothers, 2151 South Queen Street. Almost famous, always a favorite.
It appears both sides have made their arguments and deliberations have concluded. Now, it's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it looks as though they're about to render their decision. Hang on. That's it. OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. A dozen vanilla sprinkles for me, please. Again, this just in, OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. And as always, every dozen is a baker's dozen in a big white box with orange maple donut lettering. How's that for memorabilia?
Maple donuts taste right.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Start the third. First pitch from Mateo is down low on Connor Bierfeld, who leads things off. No score. Bierfeld hitting 7th. And the pitch, he swings, lofts it way up. Foul ground at third. Trienfel over, but out of room. It'll land off a seat 3 rows behind the Bees dugout, and it rockets back onto the field, careening all the way back toward the pitcher's mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bierfeld, a rough go of it of late. 154 his last 10. It's got him at 246 overall, but 5th in the league in home runs with 17. Mateo was at 16 pitches through 2 innings. Pitch here is grounded and out of the reach of Trienfel and into left, a base hit. So he'll deal with his first leadoff runner of the night. As Bierfeld punched it to Trienfel's left. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
No score here in the third. Jake McGuigan, the hitter, leadoff man on. And first pitch, he swings, hits it in the air, right center. Long run for Witherspoon, chasing it deep in the alley, runs it down. Just shy of the track, he had it all the way. And Witherspoon runs down a long fly ball from McGuigan, who does not hit for a lot of power. I thought maybe they'd have him bunt there, but he swung, hit it deep, and flied out.
A good range as always from Witherspoon, and the Bees, first time through the order, continue to be aggressive. I don't know if any hitter's seen more than 4 pitches in an at-bat thus far.
One down, that one on one pitch. Here's Michael Baca. And Mateo fires fastball a little high. Baca hitting 199. McGuigan and Baca, both young middle infielders at the bottom of the order, hitting 198 and 199 coming in tonight, respectively. So Mateo with stretch and the 1-0. Runner goes, and a bouncer foul, and it might have been a ball down and in. And that cost Bierfeld a chance at a steal. Baca fouling it down the third base side there. Now he's a rookie. McGuigan is in his third year. Baca, who's from New Mexico, had played at a couple of smaller colleges, and it is his first year pro. Pitch, and he swats a ground foul over by the Bees dugout. Again, he pulls one foul. That's all he can do with that fastball down and in from Mateo. Baca, who originally played at a junior college in Texas, or I'm sorry, originally University of New Mexico, then JUCO. Pitch to him is swung on and missed. A fastball away. And Mateo with his first strikeout of the night, 2 down. They went from the Lobos to Cisco Junior College and then to Tabor College in Kansas, an NAIA school. And now a 24-year-old rookie with New Britain. 2 down. Here's James Skelton at the top of the order. And Bierfeld still at first after the leadoff single. Mateo trying to keep it scoreless early on. Pitch to Skelton is a fastball down and in. Popped up to short, his first at bat. Mateo ready with it. 1-0. And it's a called strike, changeup outside corner. Before that last outing, Mateo had given up 4 in back-to-back starts. He fires, and a looper to shallow right. Mitchell froze, now races in, dives and can't get it. And it's a bloop hit for Skelton. Bierfeld will go around to third. Skelton got jammed, and Mitchell might have been frozen on the swing. It was a big swing from Skelton, but he was jammed, didn't get much, and after freezing to get a read on it, it was too late.
Well, even the 3 hits that Mateo has allowed have not been hit well. Griffin, a single to center off the end of the bat. Bierfeld a bouncer through the left side, and that one by Skelton well off the fists.
So now we'll have to deal with Mike Kraus with first and third. Trying to keep things scoreless here early. Kraus a ground out to short, his first time up. First pitch, he swings and fouls it off over the roof, first base side. Well, they're not up there to take pitches again tonight, that's for sure. Kraus is the K-man. He's been hot. Last 5 games, 8 for 19, 2 homers. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball down. 89 might have been out of the zone, and Mateo ahead of him. Trying to squelch this threat. New baseballs needed at the plate. Ron Whiting requesting those. And now we've got full bags. Here's the stretch. And the 0-2. Just missed high and wide. Trying to get him to extend up there. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball left side. It finds the hole. Base hit. Bierfeld in. New Britain has struck first. 1-0 here in the third. Kraus with an RBI single. And disappointing for the Revs there. 3 hits in the inning, not hit hard on any of those. Looked like Kraus was jammed, and the Revs were ahead of him there, but unable to finish him off. Now the blue pit extending the inning, and Kraus takes advantage. Well, this will lift your spirits. Somerset now up 8-0 in Lancaster in the second. Here's Jovan Rosa, who takes a strike and a snap throw to first off the glove of Nash. It skips into right, and Harris from second will race out to recover it. And it's now second and third. A throwing error on Tejeda, who tried to catch Kraus napping, and Nash had to reach a bit too far toward the runner. And I don't think he could get full extension to save that. It hit off his glove. He ended up laying on the ground as it rolled away. Now second and third, and a base hit could put the Revs in a bit of a hole here.
And you see that play and you go, it's a physical mistake, but I think it's really a mental one. You're throwing behind the trail runner at first base with 2 outs.
Pitch to Rosa, almost hit him. How did he avoid that? Fastball in near his hips. It's a ball and a strike. Grounded out to short his first time up. I know last night Tejeda was motioning toward Nash, be ready, I might throw to you. He did here. It's the pitch. Swing and a miss, a high cutter, and Mateo gets him to fan on it. Rosa's been hot and has overtaken Tejeda for the league lead in hits by 1 at the moment. He'll step out, adjust the batting gloves. And Mateo into his stretch. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive off the glove of Trienfeld at third into shallow left, and both runs are gonna score. And New Britain with a 3-0 lead. Rosa with a line drive. Trienfeld getting up at third, but it hit the tip of his glove and deadened it in shallow left. And bad breaks all around for the Revs this inning. A couple of them caused by their own miscues, and New Britain has put up 3. That's back-to-back RBI hits on 1-2 counts as well. Here's Jamar Walton, who fouled out to the catcher, and Mateo misses outside to start him off. Well, 3 runs for the Revs, certainly not insurmountable, but New Britain jumping out. Pitch is high and away, a changeup that slipped. And that missed badly. 2-0 count on Walton, who's hit .432 against York. Pitch, he swings, lines it right center. Mitchell, Witherspoon. It's Witherspoon who runs it down. And superb communication from those two. And that was right in between them. Both were headed on a beeline for that ball, right at each other. Witherspoon called, Mitchell took the back route to back up. But New Britain scores 3 times on 4 hits. 1 error, 1 left. 3-0 Bees. We go to the bottom half of the third.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rudders, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bryant Dent leading off. He spins away as Lee misses inside. 3-0 New Britain. Dent was at bat when Verona was caught stealing to end the second. And unfortunately, it started a bit of a run of mistakes there. Pitch is a breaking ball, just missed. 2-0. The misplay on the blue pit kept the inning going, and New Britain took full advantage. One of those runs unearned on the throwing error, moving a runner up. Pitch to Dent, and a swing and a high fly straight away center. Mike Krause moving over, tapping the glove off his thigh, backing up in left center and squeezes it. 1 up, 1 down. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the Revs. It's Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon hitting at .274, 5 home runs, 32 driven in. Pitch from Lee, he shows a bunt, it misses down and in. Now the wind and the 1-0. And there's a called strike. Lee, again, mid-80s, doesn't throw hard, but pretty much everything he throws moves one way or the other. And the 1-1, and it's swinging a foul tip. Witherspoon just got a piece. He's been rested here a little bit more so recently. He's struggled at the plate, but back in there in center tonight. Harris in the infield this evening. Now Lee kicks, fires home, and a swing and a miss. Got him to chase down and away. Off speed in the dirt. Skelton a clean pick. He might have snuck a tag on him, but either way. It's the 5th strikeout for Lee out of his first 8 outs of the night. We go to the top of the order, and Alonzo Harris. Strikeout victim his first time. .3-0 New Britain here in the third. Pitch from Lee, a breaking ball outside. Harris's 34-game on-base streak at home is the longest in the league this year. It's the 2nd longest all-time for a Revs hitter, as he swings and misses. A bit early on that changeup. And Lee, who the first time through the order really relied on the two-seamer. Now mixing more off speed, and he's had great feel for it. The 1-1, and that's outside. Well, again, to make us feel a little bit better here early on the night, it's now 9-0 Somerset in the second inning in Lancaster. The 2-1, and a fastball misses wide. The only longer on-base streak at home in Revs history, Rainer Bautista, 37 straight in 07. 3-1, and a grounder yanked foul. Who started for Lancaster tonight?
It was Tommy Shirley, who I don't think we've seen this year. I feel like he's their one starter who's been a mainstay who somehow has avoided York.
A full count to Zoe. Here's the wind and the pitch. And a bouncing ball to third, and Griffin has the play, fires, and Rosa holds the bag. Griffin charging, knowing Harris's speed, and he almost played it into an in-between hop, but held on to it, fired, and Lee goes 1-2-3 in the third. We go to the fourth. Matt with the play-by-play. The Revs trail the Bees 3-0.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance. Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, one inning will be designated, and one name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Okay, John, shelves are stocked.
So are the new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
Like Sunny Money, with top prizes of $5,000.
Yep, winning's never been faster.
Not faster than me clearing these shelves.
Dude, I hope you're even faster at restocking.
Yeah.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sport.
We head to the fourth at Peoples Bank Park. 3-0 Bees in the first pitch from Mateo. Inside ball one to John Griffin. It'll be Griffin, Maddox, and Bierfeld here. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. And the ball one delivery from Mateo, and that's just off the outside edge. 2-0 the count. Griffin at third base making that play on Harris to win the third, and Griffin has been on the opposite side of the infield for the most part of the season, and he watches the breaking ball just outside ball 3. Usually it's Griffin at first and Jovan Arosa at third base. Tonight they flip-flop, and I was told they did that last night as well, and they're trying to give Arosa a little break from the gruel that he undergoes at third base. The 3-0 from Mateo, down and away at ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch leadoff walk to Griffin. But Arosa in there nonetheless. Tonight marks his 242nd consecutive game played, every single one that the Bees have played in franchise history. Jovan Arosa has been in the order. And in his career, it's his 265th consecutive game. Here's Maddox, first pitch outside from Mateo. 1-0. Maddox, an inning-ending double play ball in the second. 3-6-3, the Revs turned it. And the 1-0 pitch, a changeup over to even the count at a ball and a strike. Maddox on the Bees coaching staff, their hitting coach, a player coach, left-handed hitter. And the 1-1 pitch popped him up. Down the line and left, a long run for Trienfeld over near the bullpen seats, and he just runs out of room. Leaning over the bench into the first row, just couldn't quite reach it. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So Maddox checks his bat, makes sure it's all in one piece. And he'll get ready to stand back in. 3-0 Bees, all 3 runs coming in the third. It was 1 on and 2 out, and the Bees strung together 3 straight hits, also helped out by an error. Mateo ready, and the 1-2. Swinging a foul tip, Maddox just getting a piece. Straight down at the plate. So the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Maddox, who's now in his 11th professional season, undrafted out of Southeastern University. He was with Southern Maryland in 2015 and then with the Bees the last 2 years. Waves the bat over home plate. And the 1-2 from Mateo. Swinging a poke towards the gap in left center field. A long run for Witherspoon. He's not going to get there. He will cut it off on a hop and stop it from going to the wall. That'll hold Griffin at second base. But it's first and second with nobody down. Maddox, tremendous plate coverage, just reaching his bat out over the outside corner. It might have been a pitch off the plate. But with 2 strikes, protecting and serves it into the gap in left center field. So the Bees now with a hit in the second, 4 in the third, and 1 here in the fourth. And here comes Connor Bierfeldt. Bierfeldt, 17 long balls this year, 5th in the league. And the first pitch from Mateo on the inside edge at the knees, strike 1. Bierfeldt also inching closer to a milestone of 300 career RBIs. The 0-1, that's down in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Comes into this one with 293 career runs knocked in. First and second, nobody down. The 1-1 from Mateo, and that's on the outside edge for a strike. And Victor gets ahead, 1-2. Mateo reading the signs from Tejeda. Set up away, and the 1-2. Fastball, it just missed. 89 from Mateo, who will oftentimes put a little cut on it at 84. But a couple times tonight he's got all the way up to 89. The 2-2 pitch, check swing, and holding off there was Bierfeldt. Now the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mateo really efficient in his first couple innings. 6 pitches in the first inning, 10 in the second, now up to 52. And the payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. He chased the slider down and out of the strike zone. And Bierfeldt down on strikes for out number 1. He's the second strikeout victim of Victor Mateo. So 1 down for Jake McWiggin. It's been a eventful couple weeks for McWiggin as he digs in, righty against righty. 1 out, first and second. And the first pitch, swinging another foul first base side. McWiggin was with the Bees for most of the beginning of the season, and then he went over in a trade to the Long Island Ducks when they were facing the Revs, and that was right after The Bees had faced York. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Chased one down out of the strike zone, and he's in the hole 0-2. And McWigan was traded for a player to be named later, but 4 days later, that trade would be resolved, and it was McWigan himself going back to the Bees as he swings and foul tips it through the legs of Tejeda. The count holds at 0-2. So it turned out to be the equivalent of a 4-day rental. New Britain at the time was in Lancaster, so the transportation was worked out, the 30-minute drive. The 0-2 from Mateo, swinging a poke towards shallow center. Witherspoon lining it up, and he makes the grab. And the runner's hold as Witherspoon gets it back into Dent between second and third. And now there's 2 away. That'll bring out Michael Baca, the 9th place hitting shortstop. 2 on, 2 outs, 3-0 Bees. Baca 0 for 1, a strikeout victim, his first time up. High socks as he digs into the right-handed batter's box. And Mateo ready. First pitch to Baca, swinging a ground ball towards the middle. Ryan Dent to his glove side left, and he will flip it to Alonzo Harris at second base. The fielder's choice to retire the side. 1 hit in the inning, 2 men left, and after 3.5 at Peoples Bank Park, it's 3-0 Bees on 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs coming to bat, home half of the 4th. Jared Mitchell, Isaias Tejeda, Michael Burgess. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Facing Mike Lee. Lee just 2 base runners allowed through his first 3 frames. Single in the first, a walk in the second. And he's faced just 1 over the minimum. Jared Mitchell digging in, lefty against righty. Bees play him to pull slightly in the outfield, infield back. And the first pitch to Mitchell, that's on the inside edge, strike 1. Griffin at third base, even with the base. Mitchell a strikeout victim, his first time up. Breeze blowing right to left, and the 0-1. Swinging a foul off the end of the bat. Caught the facing of the third base side New Britain dugout. And Mitchell down in the count, 0-2. Jared up to 9th in the league in hitting at .295 coming into play. 5th in doubles with 25. And the 0-2 pitch from Lee. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle, under the legs of Lee, fielded by the shortstop Baca, and he slings it on to first for out number 1. Lee lifting up that right leg and allowing Baca to make the play. And the shortstop made it smoothly, one away to begin the fourth. That'll bring up Tejeda, the only hit of the ball game for the Revs. A single through the left side in the first. Tejeda, per usual, digs in, then steps out, takes a practice swing, adjusts the batting gloves, and then slowly and steadily climbs into the third base side batter's box. The first pitch from Lee. That one's over, a changeup on the inner half, strike one. Lee with 5 strikeouts through his first 3 innings of work tonight. 6-7 righty, abbreviated windup, and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball bounces in, and it's a ball and a strike to Tejeda. Isaias with hits in now 24 of his last 28 games. So steady for the Revs, a mainstay in that 3-hole. And the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swinging a pop-up right at the mound. Lee calling for it. The pitcher calls again, and he makes the catch with the right hand. Just a step towards first base and in front of the mound for out number 2. So not off in the infield. Gives way to the pitcher on a play. But that time the ball not hit high enough in the air where another fielder could comfortably call him off, and a nonchalant grab from the right-hander. 2 away. Here's Burgess. 2 outs, nobody on, 3-0 Bees. Again, they play him the opposite way in the outfield. And now time called at the plate. Burgess trying to dig a foothold in the back of that first base side batter's box. DHing again tonight, lefty against righty, and the first pitch on its way. First pitch swing is Burgess, and he lofts it in the air, left center field. A few steps to his left is Bierfeld. Now backs up, and he squeezes to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down frame for Mike Lee. He's retired 7 straight. And after 4 complete at Peoples Bank Park, it's 3-0 Bees on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Back here at Peoples Bank Park, top of the 5th. And it's the top of the order due up for New Britain. James Skelton, Mike Krause, and Giovanni Rosa against Victor Mateo, who is ready to go. 3-0 Bees in the first pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Skelton, 1 for 2 in the ball game. A pop out to shortstop, a single to right center. It was off the fist. Mitchell laid out but unable to reach it. And the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, and it's just low. Close, but it's 1-1. Skelton continues to get on at the top of the order for New Britain. Leading the league in on base coming in. And the 1-1 pitch, he shows bunt and punches it foul over towards the on-deck circle. And past the reach of Mike Krause, who tried to deaden it by laying down his bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great crowd on hand here Thursday night. First of 4 with the Bees. And the 1-2 from Mateo. Breaking ball popped up left field towards the line. Verona a long run over. And he will get to it in fair territory and squeeze it for out number 1. So Skelton retired, and here comes Mike Krause. Krause coming around to score an unearned run. He was on at first when Tejeda tried to pick behind him, and the ball got into right field. He and Skelton advanced on the play, and Krause, the trail runner, later coming around to score. First pitch swinging, he skies it right center field. Mitchell trotting to his right, under it, and waiting. And he reaches up to glove it with one hand for out number 2. Two quick outs for Mateo, now up to 63 pitches here in the 5th. And that'll bring up Jovan Rosa. New Britain ahead 3-0 here at Peoples Bank Park. Again, scoreboard watching here tonight. Lancaster is on the board. 9-1 Somerset, top of the 4th. 2 down, and the first pitch to Rosa, fastball off the plate away, ball 1. We mentioned that consecutive games played streak of 264 for Jovan, something he takes tremendous pride in. The 1-0, front door breaking ball finds the edge, 1 ball and 1 strike. We were told that that streak is something he's well aware of and really something he wants to keep going. Playing first base here tonight, the 1-1 pitch. Swinging, he popped it up. Back a shortstop. Ryan Dent out onto the outfield grass. Alonzo Harris there as well. It'll be Dent calling as he moves towards center field. And he makes the play to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Victor Mateo. And through 4.5 at Peoples Bank Park, it's 3-0 Bees on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Hi, this is Brian Ascuri of the U.S. Women's Soccer Team. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Halfway home at Peoples Bank Park, 3-0, New Britain ahead. Telvin Nash leading off the home 5th. Tyrone Verona, Carlos Trienfeld to follow. Mike Lee has retired his last 7 batters. Righty against righty, and the first pitch. And he just missed inside to Nash, 1-0. Went with the breaking ball at 81, and Nash laid off. Telvin a fly out to left field his first time up. A powerful swing, a ball that hung in the air forever. And the 1-0 pitch, and that one is on the outside corner. A ball and a strike. And Nash really crushed it, just got under it. But that arch nemesis in left made you wonder if it had a shot. Time called as Lee started his wind. Nash points down to the catcher Skelton saying, "Not me, it was him." Now everyone's ready. Lee, he goes from the abbreviated wind, and the 1-1 pitch bounces in. 2 balls and a strike. We talked on the pregame show about the boost that Nash has provided. 13 runs driven in his first 12 games, and really him and Verona in the middle of the order. Since those two have joined the club, his offense has really done well. The 2-1 bounced on the ground left side. Circling it is the shortstop Baca, and he lobs it across for out number 1. 1 away will bring up the aforementioned Dairon Verona. He was having some fun in batting practice earlier. It started at the very beginning, and really what it boiled down to is he was trying to prove that he could be an infielder. All the guys were out there at second base in the infield, and they were trying to hit the third base bag, just lobbing the ball over and trying to land it right on top. As Verona stands in, and the first pitch from Lee, and Verona swings away. He broke his bat and shoots it foul. Tosses the handle aside. That's all he had left as the barrel went straight back to the screen. That'll sting the hands a little bit as Carlos Trienfeld will pick up the handle and offer Verona something to rub the grip on with. But all the infielders were trying to hit the third base bag, and Verona butted his way in line, said, "Let me have a shot," and on his first try, hit it right on the money. And then at the end of batting practice, just to prove it wasn't a fluke, asked Polo to stick around and hit him some ground balls playing out there at second base. Guys having a lot of fun out there earlier today. Verona back to the plate with a new piece of lumber. No balls and a strike on him. Infield back, outfield straight away. And now time called. Lee and Skelton again trying to get on the same page. Bases empty, 1 away. Lee winds in the 6-7 righty to the plate. Breaking ball down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Talked about what Nash has done since coming over. Verona signed by the Revs on June 21st. The 1-1 from Lee, swing and a miss. Breaking ball letter high, and Verona under it. 1-2, and he made an impact immediately. 3 hits, 4 runs driven in his Revs debut against Southern Maryland. Hit safely in his first 5 with York. The 1-2 pitch bounces in. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And his production has certainly come in bunches, especially in the RBI department. 5 runs driven in at Southern Maryland on July 19th. 2-2 the count. Righty against righty, and the pitch to Verona. Down in the dirt, ball 3, and the count runs full. Eight in a row set down by Lee. Verona trying to snap that. The 2-tone bat, red barrel, white handle, and the payoff pitch. Swing a bouncer right side, or left side I should say. A big hop for the third baseman Griffin, who guns it across. A short hop picked out by Rosa, and there's 2 away. So 2 ground ball outs in the frame for Lee. 2 down, bases empty for Carlos Trienfeld. Tree and Fell, a solid road trip. 7 for 18, a home run, 3 knocked in. High socks as he takes a practice swing, stretches it out, and digs in to that third base side batter's box. Lee from the belt, winds and fires. First pitch swing is tapped foul straight down at the plate, and Tree and Fell caught his front foot. He hobbles around towards the first base side, making his way towards Mace, who's out of the dugout in concern. Chong along with him. And unfortunately, we've seen this a couple times recently for Tree and Fell, who fouled one off his knee about a week and a half ago now that forced him out of a couple games. Right now trying to walk it off as he makes his way back towards home plate. But looking down on his instep, he does wear a shin protector, which right now he is taken part of the way off as Chong bends down and has a look. Lee and Skelton will get together halfway between the mound and the plate as Tree and Fell tries to take some time and let that pain fade away. I mentioned Lee last season coming over in that trade from the Barnstormers, began his year with Lancaster. But after he came over, really did well for New Britain. 5-0, a 2.45 ERA last year for the Bees. Also played winter ball in the Australian League with Perth. Tree and Fell continuing to hobble around behind home plate. Home plate umpire Ron Whitting checking on him. Continues to give the Revs third baseman a little time. Now Tree and Fell walks to the left of home plate. Mike Lee on the mound, pacing around. He's up to 72 pitches here as we play the home fifth. Lee began his time in the Red Sox system. Made it up to Double-A there, then with Atlanta, Arizona, and Toronto. Was a mid-season All-Star in 2014. That with Mobile. Now pitching here in the Atlantic League and trying not to let Carlos Tree and Fell shake his rhythm. He's retired 9 in a row, and Tree and Fell, with an 0-1 count, finally climbs back in to the batter's box. Really took his time, but he's a guy who loves to stay out there. He's going to do all he can. It took a pinch runner to get him out last time, and that was the time he had to miss a couple games. The 0-1 pitch, grounded foul, this time into the Bees' third base side dugout. Tree and Fell still showing the discomfort as he adjusts the batting gloves. 3-0 Bees, home half of the fifth, 0-2, bases empty, 2 away. Lee looking to make it 3 consecutive 3-up, 3-down innings. The 0-2, and that's a called third strike, outside corner. Tree and Fell has a look back, and it's 10 in a row set down for Lee. After 5 complete, it's 3-0 Bees as we head to the 6th on 1350 WOYK.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follow Through Challenge community.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
I'm here with Jim Moore from UCLA here on the Rich Eisen Show, and you answered, this had to be the first draft you physically have been to.
Yeah, I've been in 25 or 26 draft rooms where you're on one end of the phone talking to New York, now Chicago, but I'd never been in the green room.
What'd you think of the Dog and Pony Show?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Unfortunately, I saw the Tunsil thing. That was really amazing. And so to be able to go back to my players and say, okay, this is why we talk about decision making, and this is why we talk about the dangers of social media. And with Miles, you understand how fragile
this career can be in the NFL. And so it pounds the point home to your players of the importance of an education and the importance of networking and setting yourself up for a life after football.
Time to roll. This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The York County Economic Alliance is York County's primary business resource, representing over 1,100 member businesses and 50,000 employees in York County. The YCEA serves to lead economic growth, connect local businesses, and to create a prosperous York County. This month, the YCEA celebrates the anniversaries of these members: Smith Village Home Furnishings, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, Maple Press Company, Shaler Yesco Distribution Incorporated, the York County Economic Alliance. Together, we prosper. Visit ycea-pa.org.
This is Stephen Janis. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the sixth we go alongside Daryl Henry. I'm Matt Present. Jamar Walton, John Griffin, Craig Maddox. The Bees a 3-0 lead. First pitch from Mateo, cued foul, third base side, 0-1. Walton 0 for 2. A foul pop-up to Tejeda in the second, a fly out to center in the third. Left-handed hitting right fielder. And the 0-1 from Mateo. That's down and away, breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 68 pitches for Mateo as he works here in the sixth. Last time out, his longest start of the year, the 1-1. Outside, 2-1 the count. That also coming against New Britain. 7 2/3 innings worked in that one, picked up the win. His 5th of the year. Tonight making his 4th outing against the Bees. Set up away, the 2-1 pitch. He came inside and Walton fouls it off. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mateo with 2 sharp starts against the Bees. 1 win that we told you about last time out. 2 earned in 7 2/3. Also on June 14th, a tough luck loss. 1 earned run allowed in 7 innings. And the Revs lost that game 2-0. The 2-2 pitch to Walton, breaking ball, and he fouled it off just to the left of the screen down near home plate. Hope everyone's all right in between the screen and that third base side dugout. Ushers rush to the scene, but it looks like everyone's okay. Nothing but smiles. And the 2-2 again. Between a drive, deep right field. Mitchell back towards the wall, turning and looking, and that one is gone. Up and onto the home run patio in straightaway right field. Jamar Walton a solo home run, and New Britain a 4-0 lead. The 11th home run of the year for Walton. And a 2-2 pitch, and he got all of it. That'll bring up John Griffin. Griffin on base twice in this one. A single and a walk. Narrow stance from the right side, and the first pitch bounces in, down and away, ball 1. Ron Whiting will ask for a new batch of baseballs. Mateo ready, drops the hands, and the 1-0 fouled back to the screen. Lights on here at Peoples Bank Park, yet to take full effect. It was an overcast evening to begin things, but now blue skies over towards left field. And the pitch, a line drive towards the left field. Verona coming on, he slides and he makes the grab. A feet first slide on a sinking line drive, and he takes a base hit away from John Griffin for out number 1. Well, not quite the play Alonzo Harris made last night, but that one pretty good, really good judgment on a tough ball sinking in front of him. He had to come straight in, and he made the feet first grab. One down, here's Craig Maddox. Left-handed hitter in the first pitch. Up and away, a changeup, 1-0. There was also a great catch earlier today, and that was made by Brad Allen in batting practice. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Doubled up on the changeup, and Maddox out in front. Allen made a home run robbing catch, reaching over the wall in right center field during batting practice and bringing one back. Don't see many of those, but Allen giving it his all. The 1-1, a swing and a miss again. Mateo ahead now, 1-2. The Revs have right-hander Joe Van Meter warming in their right field bullpen, but they hope that Mateo can get through 6. Victor ready, and the 1-2 pitch, swinging a foul straight back. Mateo with a new baseball, he'll rub that one down. Tonight making his 19th start of the season. And after an injury-laden 2016, well eclipsing his start total from a year ago as Maddox fouls one off. Just got a piece as it trickles back. Last year he began at AA Mississippi in the Braves organization. Made 6 starts out of 17 appearances. A couple at AAA as well, but multiple stints on the disabled list towards the end of the year, and ultimately I would think contributing to his release. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a number of fouls. It came off Tejeda and back onto the playing surface, halfway between the mound and the third base line. Tejeda dropping to a knee, taking the mask off, but appears to be okay. 1-2 the count.
Tejeda had a rough night last night behind the plate. It's always a struggle of how to describe it, and I noticed Mike Ashmore on Twitter said he took a foul tip in the 5-hole last night, which is exactly what happened.
1-2 the Maddox. The pitch from Mateo bounces in, and again Tejeda wears one. This one on the pitch. Count even at 2-2. Mateo last season, we mentioned, making it up to AAA Gwinnett. He'd been there 2 years in a row. Beginning his time in the Rays organization. And the pitch to Maddox, up and away, ball 3, and the count runs full. He was originally signed as a non-drafted free agent by the Rays November 15th, 2006 out of Santo Domingo. And the payoff pitch with one away. Fouled back, they'll do it again. Spent a couple seasons in the Dominican Summer League before coming over, and he was telling me when we were in Lancaster about how all that works, and they have tremendous facilities. They send you home on the weekends for you to go to school and keep up with your schoolwork. And the 3-2 pitch, breaking ball lifted in the air, center field. Witherspoon a few steps to his left, waiting. And he taps the glove and makes the grab for out number 2. 4-0 Bees, top of the 6th, and we'll pause for station identification on Revolution Radio.
First in Sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Back here at Peoples Bank Park, 2 down for Connor Bierfeld. Bees with 3 in the 3rd, 1 here in the 6th on a solo home run by Jamar Walton to lead off the frame. And the pitch from Mateo outside corner for a strike to get ahead of Bierfeld, 0-1. Connor 1 for 2, a single and a run scored in the 3rd, a strikeout victim in the 4th. The 0-1 from Mateo, breaking ball and a swing and a miss. Bierfeld dropped to a knee and came up empty, 0-2. Bierfeld the high black socks, white and yellow stripes on the top of them. And the 0-2 from Mateo outside, and Bierfeld does not chase. Infield back, outfield plays him a step to pull. And the 1-2 from Mateo. Breaking ball lifted in the air, center field. Witherspoon with a beat, now comes in a couple steps, and he will squeeze it to retire the side. A home run by Jamar Walton to lead off the inning. Mateo gets the next 3, and after 5.5 at Peoples Bank Park, it's 4-0 Bees on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is United States Olympian Haley Flickener. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Revs looking for their first runs of the ball game, trailing 4-0 to the Bees. 3 runs for New Britain in the 3rd. 1 more in the top half of the 6th. Jamar Walton homering to deep right. And Ryan Dent will get the bottom half of the inning started off. It'll be Dent and then Witherspoon and then the top. And the first pitch to Dent, swinging a broken bat, grounder to short. Up with it is Baca, and he slings it across, and stretching at first is Rosa for out number 1.
Well, we've seen a couple of serious broken bats tonight. That one just fell apart in Dent's hands, like it disintegrated when he made contact with it. You hear it crack like a twig, and it broke about halfway in half and kind of formed a V as he set it down.
As we see it carried off the field in front of us, the handle splintering right in 2. As Witherspoon digs in, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Lee up to 6. And the first pitch to Witherspoon in their half, strike 1. Brandon Fry up and throwing in the Bees bullpen, a left-hander. And the 0-1 pitch to Witherspoon. Tried to front door him, did not get the call as Witherspoon turned away from it. Strong outing here for Mike Lee. He set down 11 straight Revs hitters, only 2 have reached against him. Deep breath, he's ready. And the 1-1, Witherspoon a big swing and a miss. Lee's season high is 6 1/3 innings. He's done that twice. It was back-to-back starts on July 4th and 16th. Into the wind, the 1-2. And Witherspoon thought about a swing, but able to hold off, and no swing confirmed by Chris Richards, the first base umpire. Two balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch from Lee will be number 80 in the ball game. Witherspoon twirls his bat, now waggles it above the back right shoulder. And the 2-2 pitch from Lee. And Witherspoon leans and watches it just off the plate away, and the count now full, 3-2. Fry appears to be ready if needed. He's done throwing back towards the bullpen, just standing around. Van Meter continues to throw for the Revs. Base is empty, one away. Payoff pitch to Witherspoon, inside, ball 4. And that'll break a streak of 11 in a row set down. Witherspoon, the first base runner since the second inning. So he gets on in front of Alonzo Harris back at the top.
Revs haven't gotten anything up to hit from Lee all night. He's been down, down, down. Even on ball 4 there, it was down. And he's kept it down. He's gotten them to swing out of the zone at times. And has changed speeds very effectively tonight as well.
Alonzo Harris back to the plate, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Witherspoon leading at first. Does not run in the first pitch, a big cut, and Harris comes up empty. He likes to free swing early in the count. Pulled off of that one a little bit, 0-1. The neon-colored batting gloves, tennis ball green, along with that arm sleeve on the back right arm, a snap throw to first, and it was quick feed and slow with the delivery over there from Lee. Witherspoon back in easily. Witherspoon, 15 of 22 in stolen base attempts this year. Hands on knees, inching his lead. Harris in open stance, and the 0-1. That one in the dirt, smothered by Skelton. And he'll ask for a new baseball, 1 ball and 1 strike, with Jared Mitchell waiting on deck. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Bees. No runs, a hit, and 1 error for the Revs. Lee works from the extreme third base side of the rubber. And the 1-1 offering to Alonzo Harris. He takes it down and away. The Revs struggled against the Bees in the first half, but have been much better of late here in the second half. And the pitch to Harris, hit on the ground towards shortstop. It could be 2. Baca, McWigan throw to first is picked by Rosa. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and that will retire the side. A walk in the inning and nobody left through 6 complete. It's 4-0 Bees. Darrell Henry will take you home when we come back on 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2017 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
At the York County Solid Waste Authority, we know just 1 quart of motor oil can contaminate 1 million gallons of water. Recycle your motor oil at locations throughout York County. Visit www.ycswa.com for locations. Garbage is power.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
7th inning. Revs trailing 4-0. They've been held to just one hit here tonight by Mike Lee, who's gone one over the minimum. And Joe Van Meter will come in as the Revs go to the bullpen first. Mateo exiting after a quality start. 6 innings, 4 runs, 3 will be earned. 7 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2. McGuigan, Baca, and Skelton coming up. Van Meter will look to hold it. And the hope is for the offense to get it going here late. Lee has been impeccable. Here's McGuigan leading off. First pitch, fastball. It's a strike on the outside corner. McGuigan a fly out to deep center and a line out to center tonight. He's hit it to Witherspoon both times. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for New Britain. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error on York. 0-1, and it misses down low. Adding an insult. Trienfeld departing after that foul tip. It was after the 5th inning. Simpson down there at 3rd, next to Dent at short. There's the 1-1, and a grounder pulled foul, 3rd base side. Revs at home against New Britain, just 1-6. That was all in the first half. And again, 5-2 against them in the second half, all on the road thus far. Van Meter the pitch, and it missed just outside, 2-2. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Somerset out to a big lead at Lancaster tonight. It's still 9-1 in the 6th. Van Meter ready, and the pitch, and a swing and a liner hit well the other way and right. Mitchell moving back though, and he's there. And McGuigan's hit it hard tonight, but is 0 for 3. 1 down in the 7th. Revs Baseball brought to you by the Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. Here's Michael Baca, who has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. And Van Meter with the pitch, fastball right there for a strike. He's 0-1, but has a .358 ERA, 35 outings coming in. And that's low. His last time out there Sunday at New Britain, a 1-2-3 inning. Now it's been a few days for him. On the pitch. Swing and a nubbing ground ball skimming to second. Harris waits on it. He's got it cleanly and throws on to first for out number 2. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report, the Revs were in good shape. Trienfeld left the game with that foul off the foot. But the fact that he clamored to stay in hopefully is a good sign going forward for him.
Yeah, he really wanted to stay in. Mace kept hollering at him, come on, you're good.
Here's Skelton, who swings and misses, fooled on the changeup.
But he actually walked out towards 3rd base, tried to wave Mace off, but as the man who had just hit didn't have a glove, and they weren't going to bring him one.
There's a fastball and strike 2 called. Van Meter quickly ahead on Skelton. And he has worked him over here to jump in front 0-2. Here's the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball, swinging a foul tip off Tejeda's glove. And pretty much. Skelton 1 for 3 tonight. A bloop hit in the 3rd, which proved pivotal. 2-out single. And they would score 3 runs after that. Mitchell thought it was hit deeper than it was. It got down in front of him. Van Meter fires, and a ground ball to first base. Right there is Nash, and he'll scoop it up right along the line, takes it to the bag unassisted, and Van Meter retires the side in order in the top of the 7th. Stretch time here at the bank. It remains the Bees 4 and the Revs nothing.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No matter what year you were born, you're the perfect age for you today. How we think about aging influences how we age. Stop comparing yourself to a younger version of you. A person's worth isn't measured by what they used to look like or what they can still do. Get in the game of your life and embrace who you are at every age. Learn what York County Community Foundation's Embracing Aging is doing to help improve attitudes on aging at www.embracingaging.org.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 7th, 4-0 New Britain. Mike Lee staying in for the moment. With a one-hitter going, they have Casey Coleman up in their bullpen. And the Revs with the heart of the order coming up, Mitchell, Tejeda, and Burgess. Coming up after the game tonight, time permitting, we will have Keystone Kickoff brought to you by Neighborhood SureSave. At 11 o'clock, we will have the PGA Championship tonight, also brought to you by Neighborhood SureSave. Here tonight on WOYK. And also tune in during the day, the next 2 days, for updates throughout the day. And Sunday, following our day game, we will have live hole-by-hole coverage, play-by-play of the final round. Here's Jared Mitchell, who's struck out and grounded out. 4-0 New Britain. And Lee with the pitch. It missed away. Matt, have you ever done play-by-play to yourself of your golf rounds?
That's not safe for radio.
Yeah.
I have not.
I wouldn't, for most people, I would not think it would be.
I'd imagine it'd be incredibly challenging to do.
Now Mitchell shows a bunt. Breaking ball sweeps in for a strike. 1-1. Westwood won. They do a tremendous job with it. Yeah, back when I would frequent the golf course, there would be some words. Pitch to Mitchell is down low, 2-1.
Of encouragement, of course.
Right. You know, like, why didn't I throw that club further? There's the 2-1. And that misses outside, ball 3. Trying to get on and start something any way they can. Lee with one hit allowed, first inning by Tejeda. In an inning in which he struck out the side. Since then, 2 walks, both erased. Caught stealing and then a double play last inning. 3-1. And a line drive right field and in for a hit. Walton plays it on a hop. He made the decision early to wait and play it on a hop with a 4-run lead. Would have been interesting had he sold out for it, but could have easily played it into an inside the park home run as well had he missed it. So the Revs with their second hit of the night, and they got to start somewhere. Here's Tejeda, who had the other hit, which was 16 outs earlier back in the first inning. He's 1 for 2. To lead tonight after a shaky return last time. He's not only had the form that he did before going down, he's had maybe his best start of the year to this point. Pitch to Tejeda is driven left center field, and it is gone! Home run, Isaiah Tejeda! A 2-run line drive shot, and the Revs have cut the deficit right in half. It's a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, that's going to end the night for Lee, and we talked about how well he kept the ball down in the zone. That time down and away, and Tejeda went and got it and yanked it over the fence in left center.
Boy, that thing just took off, had backspin. Nice, easy swing, and it sailed right into the netting in front of the playground equipment. His 14th of the year. And a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 7th. The Lee goes 6+ innings, had a 1-hit shutout through 6. We have a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. Richard Rohrer, our winner. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience and grab that prize pack. The Revs tonight came in 4th in the league in home runs with 88, but only 2 behind Southern Maryland, who's 2nd. 1 behind Sugar Land, who's 3rd. So right there with the top power hitting teams in the league, and it's all been here recently. Mike Lee, 91 pitches as he gives way. His final line tonight, 6+ innings, 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 6. He had retired 11 in a row at one point. Had faced just 1 over the minimum coming into this inning. So Fry, the lefty, coming in here, not Coleman. They had gotten Brandon Fry up instead. And it'll be Burgess who he faces first. Then you got Nash Verona behind him. Fry 0-3, a 3.61 ERA in 51 outings. He has held opponents to a 2.26 clip.
And it looks like they might be sending Coleman right back down there. So if Fry doesn't get Burgess, or maybe even if he does, they will turn to the righty with a bunch of righties following the Revs DH.
Now here comes Burgess, who has struck out and flied out tonight. Lefties and righties roughly the same against Fry. Righties have actually hit a little bit worse, 223, lefties 231. Now Burgess digs in, and some life ingested into Peoples Bank Park. That 2-run shot from Tejeda in front of this big Thursday night crowd. Pitch from Fry is beaten foul against Burgess's foot, right off the instep. No balls, 1 strike. He'll walk that one off. These two teams have seen so much of each other through this series. They will have played 11 times in 17 days. The Revs have seen Fry a lot. They've seen all of them a lot. Now ready. And the 0-1. Fastball, a little low.
And with a new pitcher brought into the game to play matchups, it's important that Burgess is patient here with the tying run in the on-deck circle.
Pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball to the outer half. Almost a perfect spot from Fry on that pitch. He's ahead 1-2. His second year with New Britain. Now ready, always out of the stretch. He fires, and a called third strike. He paints in just about the same spot. 91 miles an hour on the black, one away. And they will not leave him in to face Nash. Here comes Stan, and it will be Coleman. So another pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Will break this time. Fry retires the one batter he faces. Revs still batting with one out of the seventh, down 4-2 when we come back.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Casey Coleman ready to go as he is in to face Talbot Nash. They match up their way through this seventh inning. And Coleman twists, delivers, misses down and away. And he'll show his numbers to the hitter as he turns, loads up over his back leg. Nash a fly out to deep left, and then a ground out to short tonight. There's the 1-0, and that's down and away. Coleman, the opening night starter against the Revs. After a couple of starts, the Astros signed him, went to AAA Fresno. Now he's back as a reliever. Pitching in the town that his dad once called home, the York White Roses, the 2-0. Swing and a miss, a slider. Coleman 0-1 with a 3.50 ERA, 9 outings, 2 starts. Does have good breaking stuff. Revs down 4-2 here in the bottom of the seventh. Out of the stretch, the 2-1, and it just missed, down and away. I believe he was the one that had the privilege of loosening up Linda Cohn for the first pitch at New Britain a couple of weeks back. Now he's ready, the 3-1, and a line drive smacked foul. Nash roped it, but just a bit early as he hammers that one into the corner and left. 3-2. That one a low liner. Coleman's dad coming up with the then Washington Senators, had pitched in York in the minors. 3-2, and a line drive down the line and left. This time it's fair, and it'll roll to the base of the wall. Nash reading it, he's gonna try it. Throw from Bierfeld is high and late. He's in standing with a big clap of the hands. It's a double, and the Revs will bring the tying run to the plate. Now this time he lands it fair, and he hesitated at first just long enough to see where it was, and he saw where Bierfeld was in relation to it. And the former defensive end recruit, he's got speed in the open field, and he got there.
And he came out hard of the batter's box, ran hard to first.
Ball away on Verona.
So because he came charging out, it afforded him that second to judge whether or not he could make it to second base.
There's the 1-0 fastball. It's a called strike. Well, the tying run at the plate, the Revs certainly don't need all that right now, but trying to continue to cut into the deficit, 4-2. 1-1. Fastball, and it's a called strike down, and Verona hates it. Revs fans not caring for that one, and Verona looked back, shaking his head. Rather perturbed look on his face. Really changes the complexion of the at-bat. 1-2, Coleman ahead. And he deals, and it misses up and in. Verona tonight, a walk and a ground out. Chase Simpson on deck. Have his first plate appearance of the night. Here's the 2-2. And it cuts outside. Good eye. That couldn't have been an easy one to lay off. Cutter, slider at 82, started right down the middle and broke off. A full count. And the pitch. Swing, and he taps a foul against his own leg. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. They've gone to the 7th in Lancaster. Somerset up 9-1. It was 9-0 in the second, wasn't it?
I believe so. Might have been the third, but it certainly was 6 or 8-0 in the second.
Yeah. 3-2. Swing and a line drive straightaway center. Kraus going back on it, reaches up, runs it down. Nash will hustle back, tags it second, and he will still make it. Nice base running there. He slides in at third as the throw comes into short. He had taken a couple of steps to give himself a chance to score, and when it was caught, he still had time to get back and move up.
Boy, that was just picture perfect by Telvin Nash on the bases. Went a third of the way, and then with every step back Kraus took, Nash took another step towards third, and then once Nash judged would catch the ball, he hustled back to second, tagged, and slid into third, reaching back with his hand to grab it.
The Revs trying to at least make this a one-run game with still a couple of innings to go. Chase Simpson will dig in, and he's had success against New Britain. Started to turn things around at their place. Here's the first pitch, swing and a foul out of play. Third base side, up there firing away. Now, he came in to play third base when Trienfeld was lifted after that foul off his foot in the 5th inning. Switch hitter batting left. The 0-1, and it misses upstairs. He had a stretch at New Britain last weekend where he had reached safely 6 straight times with 4 hits and 4 runs scored. He's had a lot of hits, a lot of walks against New Britain. There's the stretch, the 1-1, and a slider down and away. And they also shade Simpson the other way, at least in center. Walton and Wright is pretty much straight up. They're all shallow. And if he hits one in right center, could be running all night. Coleman nods yes, he's ready. The 2-1, and a slider bends back for a called strike. Nash at third with 2 outs. He had doubled to greet Coleman. Revs down 4-2. Now ready, the 2-2, And a swing and a ground ball pulled softly right side. It's backhanded by Rosa, and he finds Coleman covering. Rosa went way off the line to backhand it from first. He turned, and the third baseman who's playing first, he had some mustard on that throw, but Coleman, reaching up cap high, was able to handle it. The Revs do knife the deficit in half on Tejeda's 2-run homer. 3 hits, 1 left. Going to the 8th, it's New Britain 4, York 2.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
There's so many injuries. So instead of Carrie Underwood doing a Breeze and Tony Romo promo, which is what they're trying to do every week, NBC has cut several new, authentic, brutally frank promos. It's not much of a sales job by NBC, but we got our hands on them, and they're as honest as anything I've ever heard out of NBC. NBC fires a shot at me. That is brutal.
Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th inning, brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP or overeating during Matt's innings? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for your needs. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. 4-2, New Britain leading, and Mike Krause trying to bunt his way on. Fouls it behind the plate against Luke Westfall, who's on his first pitch of the inning. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Krause tonight 1 for 3, an RBI single in the third, and scored in that damaging 3-run third inning. New Britain was up 3-0 until Walton homered in the 6th, made it 4-0. Tejeda cut it in half. Pitch is swung on and missed. He chased a slider down, and he is the K-man tonight. Westfall trying to be the people's champ here. Give him their Maz sticks. He's ready and delivers, and it misses in the dirt. Another slider. Luke 2-7 with a 3.40 ERA. It's his 40th appearance. 39 2/3 innings, 56 strikeouts. His beloved Packers are playing the Eagles tonight. There's the pitch, and he misses in the dirt, 2-2. Westfall from Clintonville, Wisconsin. 2, 3, and 4 batting here in New Britain's order, and looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th, they have Brandon League getting loose. I think Tejeda got the worst of that pitch in the dirt, so they give him a moment. Boy, last night was so painful to watch, but he stayed in. Westfall ready. The 2-2. Fastball missed away. Fans wanted it. It was off the plate. A full count. Westfall set. He fires. Strike 3 called. A fastball got him looking. And a season high 6,033 fans here at People's Bank Park tonight rejoice. Fastball at 93, rifled right through the zone for out number 1. We'll bring up Jovan Rosa. Tonight is 1 for 3, a 2-run single in the third. Westfall ready, delivers, and a slider backdoor strike. Boy, was that nasty. It looked high and outside and darted right down onto the black. That would be unhittable as Westfall steps off. Now the 0-1 and a fastball. It's a called strike. Down at knee level, and Westfall quickly in front of him. Been a few days for Luke. He's fresh. It's the 0-2 and a foul off the netting. He was up last night in case of lefties, but they did not use him. It's been more than a few days. It's been last Wednesday since he pitched. Time flies. It's been 8 days. But he's been used a lot. He's fresh now. He deals. And a swing and a miss. Rosa reaching in the other batter's box. Fastball at 93. 2 strikeouts for Luke, and that gives you an idea of how little time these guys have to react. That was getting on him in a hurry. He just tried to reach and foul it off, but Westfall handles him. And his eye-popping strikeout numbers continue to climb. Here's Jamar Walton with 2 outs. First pitch, a swing and a miss, a slider. Walton 1 for 3 tonight, homered in the 6th.
And the Bees are also a team that strikes out a lot. Krause, Bierfeld, and Skelton all in the top 5 in the league in Ks.
Pitch, a swing and a miss. He chased in the dirt. That slider really sharp tonight. Tejeda didn't even want a part of that one. That skipped to the backstop as he tried to backhand it. No balls, 2 strikes with the bases empty and 2 outs. Trying to whiff the side. The 0-2, and it misses down and away. Revs down 4-2 here in the 8th. Perhaps a little momentum. Tejeda's 2-run homer last inning. Westfall trying to follow that up and shut him down here in the 8th. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Foul tip squeezed. Rears back and fires 93 right past him. He strikes out the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th tonight. Revs still trying to come back, trailing 4-2.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great Best Jet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. Best Jet hot dogs go great with Best Jet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple Best Jet rising crust pizzas with 12 packs of Best Jet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with Best Jet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
League comes on here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs trail 4-2. Luke Westfall striking out the side. His last 12 outings now, 13 innings, 1 walk, 25 strikeouts. Ryan Dent will lead it off against League, their third reliever in the last 2 innings. Former big league closer delivers a fastball strike. He's pitched well at home. He's struggled on the road. ERA in the 3s at home, above 5 away. Last time they were away, he coughed one up in Lancaster, but rebounded. Tough on the Revs last weekend. Pitch is outside, a slider. Dent has flied out and grounded out tonight. Revs down 4-0 until Tejeda's 2-run homer last inning. 1-1, and that's down and away, a slider. League 0-2 in 32 games. Overall, his ERA 5.70. 30 innings, 38 hits. Opponents hitting .299. On the 2-1. And a fastball caught the outside corner, strike called. 2-2. We got some bad info. The splits are even worse. The 2-2, and it misses down and away. At home, he's in the 2s. On the road, he's in the 8s. Don't read bad notes. Full count on Dent. And he deals. Swing on a fly ball to shallow center. Kraus coming in, and he'll make the grab. Second baseman McGuigan sprinted out, but it was Kraus's ball coming in. One down here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs Baseball brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stambaugh Plumbing and Heating. Here's Witherspoon, who struck out and walked. First pitch, a slider, and it's a called strike on the outside corner.
We told you about the Barnstormers and Patriots, the 9-1 game. There's another really exciting game going on out there. It's the Ducks and the Blue Crabs. 1-0 Long Island.
Here's a swing and a little tapper softly to the first base line. League, a bare hand pickup, and the throw hit Witherspoon. Right in front of first base. Skelton trying to argue that he was inside the line, but he was right on his path to first. It'll be a throwing error on the pitcher, and Witherspoon's on with 1 out. Stan Clyburn's going to come out now and contest this. I think last year we had a play like this where he argued, didn't win. The next night he was ejected during the lineup card exchange, and I think it was something like this that he was arguing. But Witherspoon was in a straight path, didn't go inside, didn't make a move or anything to disrupt that throw. League just flat out hit him right in the numbers. Or number, he wears 1 number.
We'll see if we get a better look on the replay. Live, I don't think he was inside the line. He might have been slightly.
Oh well.
right on the edge where the grass meets the chalk. There's not a lot of baseline on the inside portion.
Slightly, you know. There's Alonzo Harris. And the first pitch, fastball, it's a called strike. What were we talking about? Oh, Long Island and...
Oh, yeah, so the game down in Southern Maryland, they're in the top of the 9th, and Matt Larkin's 8 shutout innings. Wow. 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for the big right-hander.
Man, when he's on, he is on. So the tying run, pitch, fastball, it's a strike, down. He didn't like it. He looks back wincing. Couple of low strikes Revs hitters haven't liked here these last 2 innings. Harris tonight 0 for 3, a strikeout, 2 grounders, including a double play. Now League ready. The 0-2, and it's outside, blocked by Skelton, sliding over. League, who had 37 saves for the Mariners in 2011. Prior to League, their closer was David Aardsma in Seattle. Both guys in the Atlantic League this season. There's the stretch. Now the 1-2, slider, strike 3 called. And Harris inadvertently dropped his bat, marching away. He'll pick it up, doesn't say a word. But a tough at bat there on him. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Revs will try to take advantage of this error that has Witherspoon on still. Jared Mitchell coming up. And their closer, lefty Sean Gilblair, is getting ready, but he's not ready yet. And they're not going to match up until it gets to Burgess. Witherspoon held by Rosa at first. Pitch is up and away, a fastball. The League has been tough against York, as we've said, for the most part. I don't think we've seen him at his most vulnerable this season. Those road numbers have not been pretty for him. There's the 1-0. Fastball missed away.
Witherspoon isn't really taking a large lead over there at first base, but not a bad time for him to go to get into scoring position with several hot hitters up. Mitchell, of course, and then Tejeda and Burgess, if Jared can extend the inning.
Revs trailing 4-2 here. 2 outs in the 8th. There's the 2-0. Swing, and he fouls it off third base side. Last year, it was on National Night Out with the huge crowd that Mitchell completed a 7-run comeback for the Revs in the 8th inning with a 2-out go-ahead hit. He can't give him the lead here, but it was against Gilblair last season in the 8th. The bases-loaded 3-run double gave him a 10-8 win, tied the biggest comeback win in stadium history. The 2-1, down and in, blocked by Skelton, and he deadened it enough. Witherspoon stays put. Moving over to his right to block that one. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mitchell 1 for 3 tonight. His single in the 7th set up Tejeda for the 2-run homer that cut the deficit in half to where it is, 4-2. Now League ready. 3-1. Swing and a high drive, left field toward the corner. Bierfeld on the move, and it hit the top of the wall. Witherspoon at third, he's going to be sent around to score, and Mitchell in at second with a double. It's a 1-run game, and he just missed tying it. High off the arch nemesis on the top left corner. Right near the 300-foot sign, it's his 26th double of the year. Ties Tejeda for 4th in the league. And it's a 4-3 game here in the bottom of the 8th. And he just missed tying it. Towering oppo shot. And it was maybe 5 feet or less inside the line, and about that from that yellow line at the top. Maybe even less than that. Here's Tejeda, who started this comeback bid last inning. And the first pitch in the dirt, it got away. Glanced off Skelton's chest protector, and the tying run is at third. Mitchell moves up on a wild pitch. And now a few more possibilities that could tie this game.
But I think if you're Tejeda, you have to take a strike now. Looks like League might be overthrowing a bit after that big double by Mitchell, and if you are going to swing away, opposite field is the way to go here.
2 for 3 tonight. 2-run homer to left center last inning. League ready. 1-0. And a chopper toward the middle at second. McGuigan's got it. Off balance throw. Out at first base. He got him by half a step. And Jake McGuigan keeps his team in front, making that play up the middle. They had him played to pull it with the second baseman shaded up the middle. And Tejeda bounced it over the mound. McGuigan got there and planning to make a deep throw from way back at second. He just got him, and it might have been in the dirt with Rosa scooping it as well. A fine play on both ends. Revs make it a 1-run game. 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the 9th. It's 4-3 New Britain.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is TJ Oshie of the Washington Capitals. Catch the Caps all season right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 9th inning, Michael Click is on for the Revs. Came up big, getting a hold last night, and was on the mound when Alonzo Harris made that incredible grab in the 7th. He'll try to keep it a 1-run game tonight. Revs down 4-3. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. John Griffin up first. First pitch is in the dirt. Griffin a single, a walk, and a line out to left on a nice sliding play by Verona. And if they can keep it a 1-run game, Revs have Burgess, Nash, and Verona due in the bottom of the 9th inning against the lefty closer, Sean Gilblair. It's the 1-0, and it slides outside. And against Gil Blair, they've had a couple of near comebacks that have been short-circuited on the bases this season. But they have gotten to him a bit. Pitch from Click is upstairs, and he goes to 3-0 on the leadoff man. Michael 1-0 at .272 ERA in 40 outings. Opponent's hitting .199. 3-0, and there's a fastball for a strike. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for New Britain, 3, 5, and 1 for York. Mitchell just missed tying it, but got the Revs within 1. 3-1, swing and a miss. A fastball up, and Griffin elevated. Tejeda just missed tying it. Close play at first, but got him by half a step. Now Click trying to come all the way back. Payoff pitch. Oh, and a foul tip. I thought from this angle, when he swung, I thought it was going to shoot right into the crowd, but it actually deflected off Tejeda first. And a glancing shot over to the backstop. I was concerned for that front row again there when it first took off.
Quick note on that game in Southern Maryland, Daryl. Matt Larkins just gave up hit number 4, which means that Southern Maryland is out hitting Long Island 4-3.
Oh. Another 3-2. And a drive foul the other way, out of play.
For just joining us, Larkins pitching a shutout, 1-0, bottom of the 9th.
That's a guy that has a 1-hit shutout this season, and another game where he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning before giving up a home run, and the bullpen finished it for him. Click ready, and he'll try it again. Fastball missed high. So Griffin ends up with the leadoff walk. It was 3-0. Click battled him right to the end, but Griffin is on the walk. And they will pinch run for him. I believe that is Kajimoto who's pinch running. Oh, Tsuyoshi Fujiwara pinch running. Well, 1 is 8, 1 is 9. 1 was coaching
Yep,
first.
you were right. They sent Fujiwara down to coach first, and Kajimoto entered from the coaching box.
So substitutions all over the place. A pinch runner and a pinch first base coach. Now here's Craig Maddox, who's 1 for 3. Their player coach, DH. Left-handed hitter, upright, slightly open stance with the feet, but very open with the upper body. First pitch is up high at the letters. And Click has been high here in this 9th inning. Most of his misses have been up. Maddox, no batting gloves. He stands facing the pitcher, the hands really low. He's down under armpit height as he loads up. The 1-0, and there's a fastball for a strike. Revs trailing 4-3 here in the 9th inning. Coming in, they've won 7 of their last 9. They've also won 5 straight series. Unbeaten in 7 straight. This is a 4-gamer. Those are not the easiest to win. There's the stretch from Click. Holds, and the 1-1. Fastball high again. His back-to-back nights for him. Been a while since he's done that. And
the Revs are really giving Maddox a huge gap in right center field. Mitchell maybe a step towards the line and Witherspoon away towards the left center gap.
Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. There was a good slider down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Click, it's normally a cutter, but he says if he really wants to get a swing and a miss, he can give it more downward bite, and it becomes more of a slider at that point. Now set out the belt. Here's the 2-2. And a ground ball to first. Nash has it, throws to second, Dent back to first, and safe the call this time. And Nash can't believe it. He squats down, puts his glove up over his cap. Click is beside himself, hollering at the first base ump, Chris Richards. And Mace comes jogging out. He wants a word as well.
Boy, awfully close on the replay. My initial reaction was it just got him. As they slow it down for us, great job, bang, bang. And the glove obstructed by Click, but it looks like they just got him by an eyelash.
Revs thought they had their second 3-6-3 double play of the night. And both from Maddox, who hit into 1 back in the second inning. However, they only get 1 out.
Either way, a tremendous turn by Nash. I mean, we talked about all he does at the plate, but he's been errorless at first base since joining the club, and a really nice turn to start that double play twice now tonight.
And now another pinch runner. Jordan Hinshaw is going to pinch run for Craig Maddox. How many more do they have in there?
Well, Maddox DHing, and I think they figure he's not going to come up again tonight, and worst case, Hinshaw just takes his spot, so no harm done there. We'll see where Kajimoto goes in the home half of the inning. Usually he's a second baseman. So maybe McWiggin slides over.
Now fire over to first as Hinshaw dives back. He does have some speed, 9 steals in his 49 games. Bierfeld tonight, he's the hitter. He's 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 3rd. Pretty good lead for Hinshaw. Click will throw another one over that way. Not his best move yet. Sort of wound up to make that move. I think he's got a quicker one in the bag somewhere. 4-3 New Britain here in the 9th. And trying to keep it a 1-run game with the middle of the order due in the bottom half. First pitch, he is running and it's low. He was faking running. It was low and it went right through the wickets of Tejeda. And it'll end up being a wild pitch. He faked going. He had stopped part way and then took off when he saw it get to the backstop. A wild pitch. And a runner at second with 1 out and the double play taken away. Revs thought they had one from the previous hitter. Now the situation is gone too. Pitch and a slider. It's a called strike. Hinshaw at second base now, and he really dances out there. I don't know how his hitters would feel about that. But he is really active, and now Fletch is going to call time, and he spots something that will warrant a visit here. So he'll head to the mound, and big spot in this game. You've got all your visits left, so whether it was approaching the hitter or something he saw with Click, he's going to spend it here. Trying to keep this a 1-run game, a 1-swing game. Quick visit breaks up. It might also be about how they defense that runner at second. Harris from second base came in there to be part of that chat. A 1-1 count on Bierfeld. And Harris will linger near second. Hinshaw shortens as a result. Still shortening his lead. Pitch is inside, a slider. Or a cutter, 2-1. Right as that pitch was thrown, he was lunging out to a bigger lead, and that is right in the area where Bierfeld's picking up the ball out of the pitcher's hand. There's the stretch. Peek back from Click, 2-1. Fastball missed high. Falls behind him.
I think still trying to find that release point out there. He's been up in the zone a lot here in this appearance.
Now set. 3-1 pitch, and he popped him up. At first base, it's Nash. And he was at the edge of the grass, now backs up 2 steps and makes the grab. Bierfeld had a hitter's count, but late on a Michael Click fastball, and he pops it straight up. 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Revs Baseball brought to you by Hatfield, York Water Company, Brickers, Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, York Volkswagen, and Penn State York. So one more obstacle to try to bring his team back to the plate, down a run. Jake McGuigan sounds like Bierfeld takes out his frustrations in the dugout. And Click the pitch. Hinshaw breaks for third. A slider missed. Throw to third, and it slips out of the glove of Simpson. Trying to slap that tag on Hinshaw's foot. Tejeda threw a strike right to the front of the bag. But Simpson trying to slap the tag on, it slipped right out of the glove. And he just looks upward in disbelief as he walks back to his spot. Hinshaw was itching out there. He takes third. Now the 1-0. And a swing and a miss. McGuigan late. Didn't look like he even got his front foot down on that swing.
By the way, a final in Southern Maryland. Matt Larkins finishes off the complete game shutout, a 1-0 win in a game which his team was out hit 4-3.
1-1. Swing and a foul tip squeezed on that fastball. Now Southern Maryland's lost 4 in a row now. They're going to remain 7.5 back. Lancaster losing big at home to Somerset tonight. Revs down a run here. The stretch from Click. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Big fist pump from Click, who reached back for 94 on that fastball. A leadoff walk, a missed double play, but nothing across. They leave a runner at third. And the Revs need a run, at least a run, in the bottom of the 9th. The middle of the order coming to bat. It's New Britain 4, York 3.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
It appears both sides have made their arguments and deliberations have concluded. Now, it's hard to tell from where I'm standing, but it looks as though they're about to render their decision. Hang on. That's it. OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. A dozen vanilla sprinkles for me, please. Again, this just in, OJ is free with the purchase of a dozen maple donuts. And as always, every dozen is a baker's dozen in a big white box with orange maple donut lettering. How's that for memorabilia?
Maple donuts taste right.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Third of the order for the Revs, down a run, facing New Britain closer and also their pitching coach, Sean Gil-Blair. Kajimoto stays in to play second. McGuigan moves from second to short. Baca from short to third. If the Revs can come back, they should end up in a tie for first, but they're down a run. Pitch to Burgess, a breaking ball. It's over for a strike. Big hook from Gil-Blair to start. Burgess, who hit a hard single off of him in a game a couple of weeks ago at New Britain, but was thrown out trying to get to second to end it. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. Lancaster trails Somerset 9-3 in the ninth. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Revs trailing here 4-3 in the ninth. A game behind Lancaster for first, 36 to go after tonight. Burgess 0 for 3. Pitch, breaking ball missed inside. Almost started to hook back. Nash and Verona will follow. So this is the only lefty that Gil-Blair is due to face, and that breaking ball is perhaps his best pitch. He's 2-2 with a 2.70 ERA, 10 saves, 24 outings. Fires and a ground ball right side. Kajimoto has it, steadies, makes the throw, one down. Just into the game, pinch running in the top half. And on his first play, he shifts a step to his right to get in front. Looked like that right foot slipped a little, but he maintained his balance. And here comes Talvin Nash. Nash tonight 1 for 3, a double in the seventh. Gil-Blair ready. First pitch, fastball missed a little bit low. Gil-Blair's given up 3 home runs in his 24 outings. Took over as their closer last year as well and excelled. He deals, and it misses down and in. Mentioned last season the Revs beat him in a game here at home on a Mitchell bases loaded double. Revs had a couple of other walk-offs against New Britain last season. This year, just trying to get their second home win against them. Pitch is popped up. Shallow right. Kajimoto out from second. And trouble! And it lands! And Nash is on base, and they botched that one. Tying run is on. Walton came in, and at the end, called off Kajimoto. And Kajimoto fell down. Walton was leaning in for it, and it falls down untouched. And Casilla will pinch run for Nash. The tying run is on base, and the Revs are gifted an extra out. And I think if Walton can get to that, it would be his, but the problem is Kajimoto was already out there and had called for it.
Yeah, I think he misjudged it. I think Kajimoto thought it would be a much easier play than it ended up being, and I think Walton should have been a bit more aggressive calling him off, but did not do so and watched it fall in.
They scored a hit.
They did.
Now here's Verona, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. He's the winning run. And the pitch. Fastball over for a strike. Casilla pinch running. He has been running very well here of late. I'm sure he had himself ready in the dugout. He continues to limber those legs as he gets his lead. And a throw over. He's back standing. Revs down 4-3 here in the bottom of the 9th. Outfield shading Verona the other way, as they've done with most of the hitters. Another move over. He's back standing. Alexi is. Drawing some attention from Gil Blair, which can't hurt.
The fans are moaning a little bit, but I think if you're Verona, this is what you want. You want Gil Blair to be a bit distracted and make a mistake.
0-1. Breaking ball, grounded toward the middle. Kajimoto sliding stop, flips the turn, got him, game over. Kajimoto fed McGuigan, who turns the double play. A beauty up the middle to end it. And Kajimoto just into the game, handles 2 tough ground balls in the 9th inning. He does botch the pop-up, but he atones for it. A sliding backhand stop and a feed to his shortstop to end it. And after that great road trip, the Revs return home and fall to the Bees 4-3 in Game 1.
And a little bit of bad luck on that one, too. It was hit pretty well back up the middle, but I think the mound deadened it. It kind of kicked it up in the air, allowing Kajimoto to get there in time to field it and start the twin killing.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought it was up the middle. I agree. I didn't think they'd get to it, but Kajimoto did. Gil Blair with his 11th save, and the Bees take Game 1 of this weekend's 4-game set. 4-3 your final. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated.